Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back with a Luckyscent sample haul to share with you. I think I had mentioned in a prior video that I'm trying to go through my entire Luckyscent wish list and clear it out. I'm gonna order samples of every single fragrance that I've got on that list, and I'm going to test them, and if there's something that I think I would actually purchase a full bottle of, then I'm going to keep them on there. And then if not, if I end up, of course, not liking it, then I'll go ahead and remove it. So this is the second time I am filming this video. The first time that I filmed it, half of it came through, the other half got lost somehow. So I have already cleared a few of these off of my wish list. So I'll be able to tell you which ones I definitely ruled out and which ones are definitely staying on. So yeah, I've got a little Luckyscent bag here, and I'm just gonna jump right in. I've got 10 different samples. So most Luckyscent samples are pretty inexpensive. They're like $4, which $4 for, 1 ml is pricey. Well, I guess if you're thinking of like a niche fragrance, it's not that bad. I think it's a great option, even though it might not be the most, economical thing in the world. I think it's a great option to be able to test fragrances to find out what you really would want and what you wouldn't. And especially for me, because I'm such a blind buyer, but I will not blind buy. I definitely have, and it's been a success because I know what notes I like and what I don't. But, sometimes you just... blind buying niche is just not what you want. Okay, so I picked up 3 different fragrances from 4160 Tuesdays. I will pop up pictures of the full bottles on the screen for you so you can see what we're talking about. This first one is called Centrepiece, and this is an absolute love. Oh my gosh, I love this fragrance. This is... I'm just gonna put a little bit on my finger here so I can smell it on my skin. I love this. There's something vintagey smelling about this. I almost get, I don't want to say Shalimar because it's definitely not like as beastie as Shalimar. And it's definitely got like a sweetness to it that Shalimar doesn't have. But it's like it's a fragrance that kind of resembles something like that. It's got that kind of vintagey, kind of like vixen-y vibe to it. It's sweet and warm, but spiced. It's just beautiful. I love this. I kept this on my wish list because I absolutely could see myself with a full bottle of this. It is right up my alley. It's everything I love in fragrance. It's warm, it's sweet. It has a vintagey vibe to it. It's just, I love it. I love it. So anyways, that is 4160 Tuesdays Centerpiece. It's so good. Okay, let me see if we can just stick with the 4160 Tuesdays for right now, because I know I got 3 different ones. Yeah, I got 3 different ones here. So we'll do all of the 4160 Tuesdays at the same time. Okay, the second one is 4160 Tuesdays Maxed Out. And I love 4160 Tuesdays because I only have 1 full bottle of one of their fragrances in my collection. But I love them because they are incredibly unique. They're affordable, I feel like, for niche fragrances. Some of them you can get as low as like $85 for a full bottle, if I remember correctly. And I just think that they're amazing. It's just, it's an underrated house that I don't feel like gets talked about enough. Okay, this next one here is called Maxed Out. Now this is one I went ahead and took off of my list. Yeah, because I like this. I think it smells incredible in the vial. In fact, I'll pop a little bit on my finger here so I can give it a little smell. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sample each one on one of my fingers, and then, so this one went on my thumb. Yeah, this is a little bit too powerful smelling for me. It's very, very pungent. There's something in this, I don't know, it's too much for me. And not only that, I feel like this one leans just a touch masculine. I think it's very unisex. Anybody, obviously, I hate even using the word unisex. I think it's stupid. We can all wear whatever we want to wear. If you're a man that loves to wear female fragrances or female marketed fragrances, you should. And if you are a woman who likes to wear more masculine fragrances, you should. We should all wear whatever we are comfortable in and what makes us happy. So I hate using terms like that, but with that being said, I am a person who tends to like more feminine and more feminine leaning fragrances. I tend to not enjoy masculine leaning fragrances on myself. Now, there are definitely some exceptions, but yeah, and that's the only reason why I ever bring it up, is not because I think it should even be a thing, but just because of what my personal preference is. So if I ever come out and say, that it's masculine leaning, that's just to my nose and for my personal preferences. But yeah, there's just something about this that I don't love. I don't know, there's something sharp in it. It's whatever it is incredibly distinctive, which makes it fantastic and beautiful, to be honest, but it's just not my cup of tea. So anyways, that one came off of my wish list. That one is called Maxed Out. And then the last one I picked up is this one here called The Sexiest Scent on the Planet Ever, in my humble opinion. And again, from 4160 Tuesdays. And this one is definitely still on my wish list. Gosh, it's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let me give it a good swipe on my... Oh my goodness, do I love this. It's so... Sorry, it's on my middle finger too. Oh gosh, it's slightly sweet and citric and kind of creamy and fresh and a little bit sweet and incredible. It's so good. I love this. I would love to drown myself in this fragrance. It's beautiful. Sexy, I don't know if that's the word that I would use for it, because it's very fresh and slightly sweet and again citric, and I don't think that it's not sexy, but it's just not where my head goes when I think about sexy. I think like Vixen, like Dior Addict, like things like that as far as sexy goes. And this one is really, it's very fresh and almost playful smelling. And like, I think it would be perfect for warm weather. It's just so, so good. I love it so much. So yeah, that is the sexiest scent on the planet ever, in my humble opinion, from 4162 Tuesdays. So out of the 4160 Tuesdays, Centrepiece and the sexiest scent ever stayed on my wish list and maxed out when was out. Those are two that I would love to have full bottles of in my collection. They're amazing. Okay, moving right along, we've got another fail. This one went off the list immediately. This is a fragrance from Akro called Dark. Now, this one is, I think this has a chocolate note in it. Yeah, or it's got some, I'm pretty sure it's got a chocolate note in it. But this is one of those things that smells like burnt rubber on my skin. It ends up smelling like burnt rubber, and I just ended up not liking it. It smells really good in the little vial. So this is one where I know it's just my skin chemistry that is just not working with it. On my skin, it immediately does that burnt rubber thing. So it's just not for me. So I thought this was going to be more of like a gourmand, and it might be on others, but on me, it just goes very, very sour and sharp and like burning rubber. Just not good. So anyways, that one was Akro Dark. That's a big fat no for me. Yeah, and I am going to go ahead and separate these as we go, because I want to get rid of, not get rid of them, but I want to store the ones that I don't like, and I want to keep the ones out that I do like so I can give them a really good wear test and really, really make a good judgment as to whether I'm gonna buy a full bottle or not. Okay, this next one, this is also a fail. So, well, it's not a fail, it's just, this one absolutely is not a fail. I do believe that this is a very, very beautiful fragrance. It's just not anything special enough that I would want to pay the niche price for it, which is really what it boils down to. This is a fragrance from Grandiflora, which I believe is an Australian house, and this is called Boronia. And this is a beautiful fragrance. Do not get me wrong, it's beautiful. It's just not anything that I feel like is special enough that I would want a full bottle of it. It's kind of like a light patchouli fragrance for me. Yeah, it smells like a really beautiful, fresh, almost herbaceous, almost like a, I don't know, if you guys have ever walked into a store that sells like, I don't know, that's maybe like a little trinket shop that's that's like a little, like a souvenir shop almost in like a little town somewhere, and they carry maybe like candles and trinkets and things like that. It kind of reminds me of what one of the, or like, and they maybe have some dried flowers in there, and really that's what it reminds me of, is dried flowers. It's like a light scent that's kind of like dried flowers and maybe just a very light watery patchouli. That's really the vibe I get from it. There's almost no sweetness in it, which makes it really, really gorgeous. I just love this. I could see wanting a room to smell like this, but I wouldn't want to smell like it myself, if that makes any sense. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, it's an incredible perfume. And I would love it. Like, if my house smelled like this all the time, it would be like the most comforting, like amazing smell. Yeah, you just get this like dried flowers and light watery patchouli and a little, just a hint of sweetness. It's really gorgeous. I could see anybody loving this, but it's just not really my cup of tea. That's all it boils down to, but it's gorgeous. So I do love this. I just don't want a full bottle of it. So anyways, that is Grandiflora Boronia, just a beauty. Okay, next we have one, oh gosh, I already know I want a full bottle of this. And I knew I was gonna want a full bottle of this if I smelled it, which was why I kind of held off on smelling it because it's pretty expensive. This is from a brand called, or a house called A Lab on Fire, and this is called What We Do in Paris is Secret. And this is like a, yeah, it's like a gourmand leaning fragrance. It's beautiful. This is one that I absolutely want a full bottle of. I need to find some little sprayers and just go through the whole sample in one go, give it a really good wear test, and just, you know, blow through the sample. This is beautiful. This is light. It's a little bit powdery. Yes, it's light, sweet, delicate, a little bit powdery. This would be like a summer gourmand for me. It's light enough that I think it would do really well in the heat. It's just beautiful. I would be willing to bet there's heliotrope in here. It's just like, it's my kind of fragrance. I love it. It's beautiful. It's like a light and delicate fragrance, but it's got a beautiful powderiness to it and a sweetness, and it almost gives you gourmand vibes. It's amazing. I absolutely want a full bottle of this. In fact, this might be one of the first that I buy a full bottle of because it's just good. And I knew. This has been on my wish list for years at this point, and I knew that I was going to want it. Oh, it's so good. But I have a feeling that this is going to perform like crap. So we'll see if that's going to be a deterrent for me or not. I'll definitely keep you guys updated, though, as I work through these samples. I'm going to go ham with every single one of them, so I should be able to give you a really good idea as to how they perform. and what they're like. But again, I will keep you updated as I work through them. Either by, let me know if you guys want full reviews of each one, or if you just want an update in a what I wore last week video. Just let me know what you guys prefer. So anyways, that is a Lab on Fire. What We Do in Paris is Secret. So good. Okay, this next one, I have been so like intrigued by this house for so long. If you guys have not checked out J-Scent on Luckyscent, go to Luckyscent's website and check out this house. It is like, I don't know if it's an actual Japanese house or if it's just a house with a Japanese aesthetic, but they have got some of the most like fun fragrances ever. And this one is called Honey and Lemon. This is, oh my gosh, you guys. If you like the smell of like honey lemon ricolas, like without the slight mentholated aspect of it, like just the honey and lemon, you would like this, because that's what I get from this. It almost smells like honey lemon ricola's taste. And I know that sounds weird, but oh my gosh, it's not. And this is the most mouth-watering, fresh, realistic smelling lemon and honey fragrance I think I've ever smelled. Like, the quality of this is amazing. It is like one of the best things I've ever smelled in my life. I'm so serious. It is like the most beautiful, bright, tart, juicy lemon, like photorealistic lemon, and then a light, sweet, very, very realistic honey. And the combination is amazing. It almost has a slight floral aspect to it, because and it's something to do with how the two notes are working with each other. It gives it almost a delicate floral note. It's amazing. I am dying. I think I'm going to order a sample of every single scent that this house makes, because I just have a feeling they're all going to be, I don't know. I just think they're all going to be incredible. So anyways, this is going to go straight to the top of my wish list as well, especially for this summertime. And I'm pretty sure these are quite affordable. They're not like outrageous. So anyways, that is J-Scent Honey and Lemon. So amazing. Okay, next we have another one that is absolutely staying on my wish list. This is a fragrance from a house called Carthusia or Carthusia. You guys let me know which it is. Carthusia. And this is called Terra Mia. And this is amazing. It's like a, oh my gosh. It's like a sweet floral. Like a really, really sweet floral. But on my skin, it smells almost identical to grape bubblegum. I mean, seriously, it smells almost identical to grape Hubba Bubba. And I've never had a perfume smell like this on me before. And I want it so badly. I never knew that I needed a perfume in my collection that smells like grape Hubba Bubba. But I do. I have to have this. It's super high quality smelling too, which is what is so weird. And it's not like overly sweet. I don't know. I don't know how to explain this one. This is another one that I almost get that dried flower feel from. But it's sweet and it's got this underlying grape bubblegum scent. I don't know. I'm head over heels for this, and I see this house listed on Mercari a lot. I'm pretty sure I've even seen this fragrance come up on Mercari, and yeah, but I'm gonna look. This is another house that's not like outrageously expensive, so yeah, I need a full bottle of this in my life, especially for these warm months. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So anyways, that is Carthusia Terra Mia. If you were into grape Hubba Bubba, I think you would really like this. But it's not juvenile, it's not cheap smelling. It doesn't smell because it's not overly sweet. I don't know. It's hard for me to explain this one, but it is amazing. So anyways, yeah, Terra Mia. Okay, I'm going to save the best for last. Oh my gosh. But I'm also, the last one is incredibly expensive, and I'm going to search high and low for a dupe for it because I know I've got something in my collection that smells just like it, and I'm going to find it for you guys. Okay, but before that, we're going to talk about this one here called Arte Profumi, and this is called Bisquit. Now, this one is a gourmand, and this is one that I have taken off of my wish list just because I don't feel like I need it. I feel like I could find something that smells just like this for a lot less expensive, number one. And number two, this has got a very lactonic chocolate note in it that just is not doing anything great with my skin. But it does smell like chocolate milk. Really, that's what it kind of smells like on me, is chocolate milk. It's like chocolate sweet milk. Or that didn't make any sense. It's like a sweet milk. Like a sweet milk and chocolate. It's really nice. It's a really yummy gourmand, but it just isn't great on my skin. And also I feel like I could find something from like Les Senteurs Gourmand or something on eBay for, you know, a third of the price. So, but I do think that you can find this house on FragranceNet, but I don't think it's worth it because they're way too expensive even on FragranceNet. But anyways, that is called Arte Profumi Bisquit. That was a no. Okay, and this next one, this is the last one. This is one that I would absolutely love a full bottle of, but I would never pay the price. I would never pay this price for it. And I will find something that smells, I know I have something that smells very similar to this. This is from Indult, and this is called My Ju-ju. This is so good. Oh my gosh, it is so good. It's like a, oh gosh, it's like kind of a sweet, it's like a sweet lemony vanilla. It leans gourmand, but yeah, it's kind of like a lemony vanilla. Oh gosh, it's so, so good. Indult perfumes, in my opinion, are so, so good. Like I've never smelled an Indult perfume that I didn't love. They're so, so good. They're just so, so expensive. But yeah, I'm quite sure that I have something in my collection that smells very, very similar to this, and I am going to track it down. I have been kind of going through my things a little bit here and there, trying to figure it out. But I haven't been able to figure it out yet. So, but I know I've got something. It's like a light, a little bit lemony, creamy, like vanilla and something else. It's hard for me to smell because I've got that biscuit on right next to it, which is pretty strong. But yeah, this is beautiful, and I think it's an older perfume. It's one of my older perfumes that kind of smells like this. I'm gonna figure it out though, and I will definitely keep you guys updated. I'm working on a new dupes video, and this might come up in it if I can find the fragrance. If I can figure out what I'll figure it out. And this might come up in my dupes video. Oh my gosh, if I could find a dupe for this, I would be over the moon because this is so good. So anyways, that is Indult My Ju-ju. It's amazing. I mean, Indult will never steer you wrong if you're into kind of gourmand fragrances, but more light and a little bit easier to wear gourmands. So anyways, again, Indult My Ju-ju. So I did good. I eliminated 4. I've still got 6 of those on. No, I think I did eliminate my Ju-ju too. I'm putting it in my keep pile, but I took it off my wish list because number 1, I have something that smells like it already. And number 2, it's just too expensive, and I know I would never pay that kind of money for that perfume. Again, with that one, I feel like I could find something from Les Senteurs Gourmand or something like that that smells almost identical to it. But anyways, you guys, I do hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye.